They said I couldn't manage money. That I was just like my parents, reckless, irresponsible, doomed to repeat their failures. The whispers started long before the betrayal. I was the family disappointment, the cautionary tale at every gathering. But no one ever knew how deep that pain cut, until my so-called best friend tore my life apart. She was the one person I trusted above all. We shared secrets, dreams, late-night talks about how I'd break free from my family's shadow. But one night, everything collapsed. She leaked a private conversation, where I admitted struggling with my family's finances, confessing fears about the mounting debts, and the chaos I was desperate to fix, but didn't know how. The revelation wasn't just a breach of trust, it was a public execution. My career crumbled as clients pulled away, colleagues whispered behind my back, and my reputation shattered. Everyone saw me as weak, incompetent, a disgrace. Humiliated and broken, I felt like the world was closing in. The weight of the betrayal was crushing, but even heavier was the legacy I carried. "You'll never be different," they said. "Just like your parents." Those words echoed in every empty room I retreated to. But surrender wasn't an option. If anything, their doubt ignited a fire inside me that I didn't know I had. I left town with nothing but a battered laptop and a resolve forged from pain. Nights turned into months as I buried myself in books about personal finance, investment strategies, and economic theory. I devoured every piece of knowledge I could find, teaching myself what my family never had the chance or courage to learn. The more I understood money, the more I understood power, not just over dollars, but over my own destiny. Building my portfolio was slow at first, small, calculated steps that felt like climbing a mountain barefoot. I made mistakes, lost money, but each failure sharpened my instincts. Years passed, and the scars from my past transformed into badges of honor. I wasn't just managing money, I was mastering it, turning investments into assets, risks into rewards. I became a quiet force, unstoppable and unshakable. Then came the day I returned. The same streets, the same faces filled with disbelief. I was no longer the girl who couldn't balance a checkbook. I was a woman who commanded respect, who had rewritten her story against all odds. At a family gathering, the silence was thick as I entered the room. Eyes flickered between recognition and shock. My old friend was there too, her smile thin, her eyes avoiding mine. I didn't need to say a word. They all knew what I had accomplished. The numbers on my phone, the portfolio worth more than they ever imagined, spoke louder than any excuse or apology could. Standing there, I felt a quiet triumph. Not just for me, but for every disparaging voice that tried to define my worth. I was not the sum of my past mistakes, or my parents' failures. I was a force forged in fire, rising from humiliation to power. In that moment, the humiliation dissolved, replaced by a fierce pride. I proved that a legacy of failure could be shattered, replaced by a legacy of strength and skill. Now, when they say, "You can't manage money," I smile, because I'm living proof they were wrong. I am no longer their cautionary tale, I am their reckoning.